Canada's immigration system got hacked from the inside. Canada's international student program is undergoing its most significant reset in years. Tight caps, stricter integrity checks, and new rules for work rights are reshaping study permits and PGWP pathways. The full version of this report is available on our website, link in the description below. In this video, we break down Canada's 2024 to 2025 immigration reform package, outlining exactly what changed and the early outcomes backed by key numbers. We also examine the new integrity and fraud controls, such as letter of acceptance checks, CBSA Oversight, and Bill C-2. Alongside the impact these reforms are already having on housing availability and educational institutions. Finally, we highlight the data gaps and oversight issues that remain and what steps might come next. Watch till the end for a complete picture of how these reforms could shape the future of Canadian immigration. Let's start with the 2024 to 2025 reform package. What changed? From January 2024, a national intake cap and temporary resident new arrival targets were introduced to slow unsustainable growth, while proof of funds requirements more than doubled from $10,000 to over $20,000. With a further adjustment in September. 2025, setting the threshold at $22,895. Post-graduation work permit eligibility was tightened to focus on fields aligned with labor market needs and to require minimum language proficiency levels. And the 24-hour weekly limit on study period work was reinstated. In addition, a letter of acceptance verification system was rolled out at the end of 2023, enabling automatic validation with designated learning institutions. Now, let's talk about the early outcomes and key numbers. IRCC reports an approximately 21% drop in study permit holders in Canada by July 31st, 2025, about 786,000 versus 995,000 in 2023. Asylum intake fell 30% year-to-date, with student-linked claims 1,586 in July 2025 versus 2,640 in December 2024. New PGWP holders in 2024, approximately 200,000, 15% down year-over-year. University share rose 30% to 33%, while college share eased 44% to 40% since the cap. Next, we have the integrity and fraud controls. Officers intercepted approximately 14,000 suspected fraudulent letters of acceptance. IRCC flags approximately 8% of queried students as potentially non-compliant, approximately 47,175 pending verification. CBSA reported approximately 18,000 removals in 2024, not student-specific. Bill C-2 proposes broader information sharing and emergency mass cancellation powers to counter systemic fraud. Following that, let's look at the housing and institutional impact. Cited CMHC data show rent growth cooling in student-dense cities. For example, Kitchener-Waterloo, 8.9% to 3.2%, Hamilton, 12.8% to 2.4%, with officials attributing part of the relief to lower international student volumes. Institutions face revenue pressure as approvals slow and program eligibility narrows. Then, let's discuss the data gaps, oversight, and next steps. Parliamentary committees requested breakdowns on removals, nationalities, and compliance outcomes. Provinces control allocations to DLIS. Improved federal-provincial data sharing remains a priority. Finally, we wrap up with the conclusion. Canada is rebalancing the pipeline from study to work to PR with tighter integrity and clearer labor market alignment. Applicants should plan for higher funds, targeted PGWP rules, and closer compliance checks, and consult our full guide for timelines, eligibility details, and strategy. Our video ends here. What do you think? Share your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching today's update. See you in the next one.